After the Lakers brought Christian Wood on board, it shook things up for their team, especially for Jaxson Hayes. Before Christian came in, it looked like Jaxson was going to play a big role in games, maybe even more than 20 minutes at a time. But now, with Christian on the team, Jaxson might not play as much. We can't say for sure what will happen, as a lot will depend on how things go during training and what Coach Darvin Ham decides. This means that during training there will be a kind of friendly competition between Jaxson and Christian. Everyone is very excited to see how this plays out. They both bring something different to the team, so it's not like one is better than the other. They just have different strengths. Thus, both will try to prove that they should be the first option to play when someone from the first team needs a break. Training will be the place where this will be decided. Let's talk about what can give one of them an advantage. We will see how they play, if they are good at scoring points and stopping the other team, getting rebounds, and how they behave when they are not playing. About Jaxson. As things stand, he may no longer be the first choice for backup. If Christian hadn't joined the team, Jaxson likely would have played a major role in every game. However, things have changed. But don't delete it yet. Jaxson will be able to play most games, but not as many as he expected. Jaxson Hayes could get a bigger role in games if he consistently shows he's good. While most expect Christian Wood to perform well, if we look at things from Jackson's perspective, it could help him if Christian doesn't perform well on defense. Why? Because if Christian struggles there, Jaxson could get more playing time. Most fans know that defense is not Wood's strong point. He hasn't been very good at defending the basket and sometimes takes a while to react. Even though he played for teams that weren't good at defending, he didn't always help the situation. The question is, was it the main problem or just part of a larger issue? I hope he proves his worth, but Jaxson can quietly expect him to face some challenges. Now, Jaxson isn't a superstar on defense, but many believe he's better than Christian. Jaxson has the potential to improve and grow. Unlike Wood, Jaxson isn't always caught off guard. He is quick, can react quickly, and is sometimes good at defending the basket. But, he should focus on improving his defensive plays. Right now, defensively, Jaxson is ahead of Christian. And since head coach Darvin Ham really values defense, this could mean Jaxson will be picked over Christian in some games. Christian Wood needs to improve his game, especially in defense, if he doesn't want to be on the bench. While Wood plays on the perimeter, Jaxson Hayes can earn his place on the team by showing courage. What I mean by that is if he puts in the extra effort. You know, keep the game moving with offensive rebounds, set strong screens during pick and roll plays, and stay strong against tough players. These are not things Christian is known for. But, this won't be a walk in the park for Jaxson. He hasn't been very good at getting rebounds and sometimes commits unnecessary fouls. He's also not a traditional low-post player. However, they only need to prioritize this, especially if the team wants him to perform a specific role. Have you ever noticed the names that often come up when talking about Jaxson? People compare him to Dwight Howard or JaVale McGee. Both players are known for their agility in the paint. Now, expecting Jaxson to play like Dwight might be a stretch. But JaVale? There may be some similarities. They have more in common in terms of physique and style. But let's not get carried away by comparison. While the team wants Jaxson to emulate these players, he is unique in his own way. I hope the team sees that Jaxson offers more than just hustle. He is agile on defense and can adapt to different situations better than Howard or McGee. Jaxson Hayes is undeniably a talent to watch out for in the coming days, especially if we talk about his capacity in shooting. If he consistently works on refining his three-point shot and is able to sharpen his precision, there's a strong chance he might give Christian Wood a run for his money. However, as of now, Christian Wood seems to be in the pole position. It's not merely a reflection of what he has done in the past, but also how he orchestrates the team's offense. Among the galaxy of NBA stars we have today, Christian holds a distinctive place, primarily because of his prowess in shooting from beyond the arc. How often do you come across tall players who have a three-point shooting percentage of over 35%? And among them, very few exhibit the consistency that Christian do. Taking a stroll down memory lane, one could remember the team's struggles from the three-point region last season. Their attempts were not just limited in number but also in success rate. The shots that were attempted rarely saw the inside of the hoop. Their statistics in this domain were far from flattering, placing them near the bottom of the ladder. But, one cannot forget that this team boasts of stalwarts like LeBron and AD. These two are sheer magic when it comes to interior scoring. They can dominate the paint and run riot with their points. However, even for them, having a player who can pull defenders out with his three-point shooting, such as Christian, is a boon. It gives them the breathing room they need, creating spaces and opportunities for LeBron and AD to weave their magic and dominate the game. Given this backdrop, while Hayes has the promise and potential to make it big, it's Christian Wood's versatility and proven track record that presently gives him the advantage. But basketball, like any sport, is unpredictable, and only time will determine how these two talents fare against each other in the grand arena of the NBA. But Christian's role isn't just limited to shooting. When LeBron and AD need a break or are out due to injuries, the team's scoring suffers. That's where Christian comes in. He needs to consistently provide points off the bench, ensuring the score keeps ticking even when the big guns aren't firing. With the team's recent acquisitions like Vincent, Christian Wood, and Rui Hachimura, expectations have soared. These players are powerhouses in their own right and have been brought in to bolster the team's performance. The potential they collectively bring promises to address the team's past challenges. Christian Wood, in particular, is under the spotlight. Comparisons between him and Jaxson Hayes are inevitable. For Christian to carve a niche for himself and remain a prominent figure on the floor, he needs to maintain consistency in scoring. A benchmark of around 15 points per game with commendable three-point shooting is expected of him. If he fails to deliver this, questions would arise: why have him on the floor when his defense isn't top-notch either? While Christian has showcased stellar performance in the past, Los Angeles' sporting environment is a whole different ballgame. The pressure is intense, the expectations sky-high. A drop below 35% in his three-point shooting would raise eyebrows. It's not just an aspiration, it's an absolute necessity for him to maintain this performance. Else, the scales might tip in favor of Jaxson Hayes, giving him more game time. But it's not just about offense. Defense plays a pivotal role too. While we've touched upon this topic when discussing Jaxson, it's essential to emphasize this for Christian. He doesn't need to be the best defender out there. Depending on game dynamics, he might play 4th or 5th on defense. What's non-negotiable is that he needs to be at least average defensively. Whether he's guarding the rim or assisting teammates, he should ensure he isn't the weak link in the team's defensive chain. The training sessions should emphasize this aspect, drilling the importance of defense into every player. The team's foundation is its defense, and it's imperative they don't lose sight of that. Currently, Christian Wood seems to have a slight edge over Jaxson Hayes. But this is a dynamic scenario. A few missteps from Wood, coupled with a surge in Hayes' performance, can turn the tables. The underlying mantra remains: defense is paramount. The presence of Jaxson Hayes, raring to go, might serve as the perfect catalyst, pushing Christian to up his defensive game. It's a win-win for the team if it fosters healthy competition and brings out the best in each player. The Lakers are full of talent, and I would like to know your opinion on this. Which of these players will stand out with the Los Angeles Lakers? Which do you trust most? Don't forget to like this video and leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you soon.